for me to go to the bathroom, I have to find a clean one because I've got to step inside, lay on the floor, take my gear off, climb up on the toilet seat, do my business, climb off, lie back on the floor again, and then get dressed and get out of there. Yeah. You know, and mate, I've been in some places where there's piss all over the place and shit on the floor, and like in China especially, they don't have hygiene. Yeah. You know, it's just absolutely gross. If you go to the toilet outside your hotel, or unless you're in a really nice restaurant, my staff got to take like 6 towels with us every time we go out. Right. It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Welcome to Coutis in Paradise. Do you like my home?
Love it.
Oh, beautiful view.
JC John Coutis, how are you, mate?
Going fantastic, Cruxy.
Yeah.
You going all right, mate?
How's it feel good?
Mate, the only reason you asked me to do this show because you needed someone shorter than you.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. I think now I'm 42, I'm noticing in photos and things, you know, when you get the middle age sort of thing happening, you like sort of see yourself a bit differently.
Oh, mate, I've been seeing myself differently for years. That's why there's no mirrors in this place, mate. Haven't you noticed that?
Yeah, have you?
There's no mirrors.
Wow, that's an interesting one.
I've got a wife. She needs a mirror.
Yeah,
but you're all up high.
You got photos everywhere. You'd see them.
Oh, yeah, but that's how I was.
Ah.
This is how I am.
I'm getting lots. Look at I've dyed my beard, dyed my hair.
I've noticed, mate. You've got the ginger minge on the face.
Yeah, but it's worse. I'm actually going grey.
Does the carpet match the curtains?
A little bit, huh?
Does the carpet match the curtains?
It's horrible. What's with that?
I found my first grey pubic hair last week.
Yeah, I hate it.
It was in a kebab I had. Yeah.
What's going on?
Mate, it's
What's
a
this
beautiful
Penrith Panthers? Yeah?
Yeah, not going real good there, are we?
I don't know. I've stopped watching footy.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Really?
I'll State of Origin.
Oh, well,
I know, yeah.
Don't even talk about the Origin. I'm a blue, mate.
Yeah.
God, that was
How does it feel?
dismal. Oh, absolute crap. You know, I got a bunch of mates in wheelchairs that could have played better than those guys in that last game.
I was there, actually.
Really?
Went to the, up in the Channel 9 VIP.
Really?
Sweet, yeah. Yeah, it was a good game to be at because it was like, have you been to many games?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right. Well,
1999, I was the assistant coach for the Origin, so I met Wayne Pearce.
Yeah?
Dead set. Gary Freeman was the other assistant coach.
Far out.
Yeah.
Hang on, Wayne Pearce.
Wayne Pearce played for Balmain, played for Australia.
Who was the Andrew Johns sort of
Andrew
era?
Johns was in that side. Laurie Daly was the captain.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a good side. Good side. We lost. It was a tied series, but because Queensland won the year before, they retained the trophy. So.
Right. What do you do now? Before we start talking about anything, I like this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
What's it feel like to be a New South Wales person and you've lost again? You know what I mean? Like, I actually think it's bad for, I can imagine, all my mates, you know, due to Facebook, I've stopped hassling them. I just feel so sorry for them now. How do you watch another year of State of Origin with Queensland just doing it?
Because I'm the type of guy, mate, if you cut my arm off, I'll bleed blue.
Right.
You know, and look, I'm the first to tell you that we played absolutely shit house. Absolutely. And, you know, there's a lot to answer for, and whether we start looking at Laurie or whether we start looking at, you know, at Codrell, which is Paul Gallen, because he sold his honour, called him Codrell, that's his nickname. You know, or some of the other guys on the field that day, we played terrible, terrible football. And look, I'm not saying that, you know, Queensland didn't play great. They played, you know, good footy, but I think we gave them the game. We really just, you know, as I say, didn't turn up on the day and was beaten, you know, fair smack, beaten between the eyes.
To be there, when you go to big events like that, there was only, it felt like 100 million. There was only 51,000 in the last game there.
Yep.
2 weeks ago or whatever. It was like everyone was your mate. Like there was blue jerseys everywhere, but you know, of course, 90% Queensland.
Yeah, of course.
On the street, they'd closed streets down. We're just dancing. Everyone was like, yeah. Even the Blues supporters were turning around to people and everyone going, he's all right. He's all right.
Yeah, look,
we feel sorry for you, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? Well, that's what Origin's about, isn't it? You know, it wasn't one of those close tussle games, and there was just, because it was a hiding, the emotion was taken out of it as well. You know what I mean? It was just terrible. I don't know how to explain it. It was just It was literally a nightmare for Blues supporters, for anyone that goes for the side. And I can't imagine how the players felt. Look, and being involved in rugby league my whole life, and the way that I live my life is that you want to go out in situations like that, and you give 100%. Because let me tell you, Drew, if in life itself, if you go and give 100% and still get beat, there's nothing more you could have done.
Yeah.
Nothing more, right? But if you go and give 70 and 80% and get beat, you just sit there and wonder to yourself, shit, maybe if I tried that little bit harder, would it have been that bad? And maybe I reckon we only probably gave 40% that day. Really, it was terrible.
It's weird, eh?
Absolutely terrible.
It's weird. So, how do we explain this? Hey?
I'm a good-looking guy.
Yeah. Well, I want to explain how I met you up there at Port Douglas.
Yes.
My dad, who has Titan Sheds.
Yes.
Yeah, he was really excited because we often have these sales conferences, and we don't often go away. Yada yada yada. Went to Port Douglas. Everyone was stoked, but he was actually really stoked because there was an exceptional motivational speaker coming.
Yeah, I never got to see that guy actually.
Yeah. No, my real dad, not the.
No, you're an idiot.
Oh, yeah, God, listen to me. I know it's too early. I'm going to get into the Barocca. Hey, right, and bam, opens the door. We've all had a serious sales conference, and so I knew, because Dad had told me, you got to see, you've got to, he has, anyway, and in came John Coutis. On a skateboard. Back in the day, it was a Vision Gator.
Yeah, Vision Gator, yeah.
Yeah, on a skateboard. And just a 8-year-old at the time.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. How many years ago was it?
Know. Oh, 3 years.
So 3 years, so I would have only been friggin' 42, you bastard.
Oh, hurts,
you're
doesn't it?
snapping shit, you are.
Yeah, look, I've dyed my beard. Okay, anyway, and just like, well, hang on, what's going on here? Like, does he have legs? Like, I'll be honest, like it appears your rib cage and arms and
that's it.
And so everyone had this bated breath of like, for a start, let's stop whinging, right? Everyone stop whinging about themselves. Yeah. And then what was really cool, I thought, is you got up off the skateboard, got onto a table, and they just smashed us with this motivational speech that was really sort of a bit of good storytelling, in my opinion. And I found you to be sort of relatable because you're sort of just a bloke, like you're just a bloke from Penrith.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're just sort of speaking in this term that like from the street almost, and it was obviously when you spend your life only like 2 feet off the ground there, you see all sorts of stuff. And I wanted to say this early on in this thing because we went out, we had dinner together with lovely Leanne, your wife there, yeah?
Yep.
And straight after, and you sat up on the table, you know what I mean?
Not like, the same height as everyone else.
Yeah, but on the cushion, on the end of the table there, and naturally everyone else in the restaurant is looking over, trying to contemplate what's going on there with you.
Yeah.
But we definitely locked in to some funny conversation, you know what I mean? I guess with you've seen so many horrible things that you've had to learn to brush off or just ignore somehow or something. And now you're in this position where you're flying around the world teaching people how to do it.
Yeah, how to get on with it.
Yeah. Mm. And one thing I want to tell you before we get into it is what I really remember, and you actually changed my life here and there, is we got into the story about toilets. How when you go into a toilet there, you've got to go on the floor on your hands. You got gloves on and stuff, But you got to get there and up to the seat, and how filthy it is on the floor a lot of times.
Yeah.
And if someone's in that disabled toilet, and how much it gives you the shits.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've never forgotten that. And I've actually told a lot of people that, and you hear it from the horse's mouth in a way. Wow, of course.
It does. It really gets under my skin, Drew. I remember one time I was at Robina Shopping Centre, and there was someone in a disabled toilet, and I could hear him talking on the phone, Big guy, sound like a big guy. And I could hear him talking. I've knocked on the door. No, disabled toilet, mate, I'm dying to get in, All of a sudden, he stopped talking. He stopped talking completely. I thought, gee, bloody, he's have a heart attack or what happened? A few minutes later, he came out, and I've gone, mate, it's a disabled toilet. He's 16 foot tall, this guy, right? He bent down in front of me and pointed to his ear. He was deaf. I said, mate, I just heard you freaking talking on the phone. What are you, mentally retarded? Is that why you can use this toilet? And then he ran away because I was giving it to him, Freaking deaf guy using a disabled toilet. What the hell? Seriously, when the hell did that start?
Yeah.
That's like me parking in
Get
one
your
of your
own toilet.
Yeah. You'll have one with hearing aids on the symbol next time. I was gabsmacked, mate. Really,
Right.
I was. But it does happen, You go to some of these other places and you get staff members that work in the shops and the shopping centres will go in there and they'll pretty themselves up, put their makeup on. Meanwhile, I'm outside pissing my pants because they're bloody beautifying themselves. And when, sorry, I was only going to be a minute. I said, I don't have a minute. Get out of my way.
Yeah.
And it's not too bad here in Australia. So some of the public toilets can be a little bit treacherous, where the hygiene is absolutely ridiculous. And you nailed it on the head. Like, for me to go to the bathroom, I have to find a clean one because I've got to step inside, lay on the floor, take my gear off, climb up on the toilet seat, do my business, climb off, lie back on the floor again, and then get dressed and get out of there. And, mate, I've been in some places where there's piss all over the place and shit on the floor and like in China especially, they don't have hygiene. It's just absolutely gross. If you go to the toilet outside your hotel or unless you're in a really nice restaurant, my staff got to take like 6 towels with us every time we go out.
Right.
It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. And so you're right. In say Australia, we overdo it with council amenities.
Yeah.
That's what some people would whinge about.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you'll be like, thank you.
Yeah.
But even still.
But they still got to be clean.
Yeah.
Like you drive from here, let's say from Brisbane to Sydney, and you've got all the truck stops and the restaurants and the picnic areas on the way. And they've got disabled toilets and everything, but they're still filthy as buggery, And
a lot of people just use them thinking they'll guarantee to be empty. Or,
yeah. For me, mate, I just hang my ass out the door, pull it at the back of one of those bloody places. In fact, I'll tell you a story. I had my dog with me. I was in my Mustang, right? Now, you saw my Mustang. It's a beautiful car.
Beautiful.
And I was driving from Wangaratta to Maui in Victoria, right? I've driven down from Sydney. And I stayed at Wangaratta for a night. And I got up the next morning, me and my dog, and we got on the way. And we got about an hour and a half into it, and the rain started just dribbling down, down the Hume Highway. And all of a sudden I needed to go to the toilet. So I drove to the back of the next truck stop, right to the very back, where no one would bother me or anything else, right? And I opened up the passenger door, and I told my dog to stay there, otherwise I would have pissed on. Right? And I got my ass hanging out the door. And I'm having a pee. Have you ever had a preview pee? Do you know what a preview pee is?
Oh, maybe.
Right, a preview pee is like when you stop peeing, but then you do another little pee, and then you do a big poo.
A poo? Hey, whoa.
No, you do a preview pee, and then a poo comes out. Right? I call it a preview pee, right?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I'm doing my business, and I was busting to go. So I think I've done a personal best, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden I did a preview pee. Oh, no. So I got my ass just out the door a little bit further because I didn't want to shit in my car. Then the rain starts coming down. And it's sideways rain, so I'm getting soaked. Half my car's getting wet, the dog's getting wet, and his bloody crap's coming out of me like no man's business. And then it wouldn't break off. I couldn't snap it. I'm not joking. And it wouldn't break. So I got this bloody massive pole hanging out of my crack. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I can't reach a stick, right? I don't have a chainsaw. So I lifted my ass up on the side of the car and I'm banging it on the side of the car to try and snap this poo off. And it wouldn't work. I thought, oh my God, the rain's getting heavy.